Hi, everybody. I'm a major in the U.S. Army, and I've been in the military for 24 years. I was in Iraq in 2010, and the Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed while I was serving my country in Iraq. Then some people came along and said that they were going to change that, and they were going to reinstate Don't Ask, Don't Tell and kick me out. And there just seemed something inherently wrong with that. Serving my country, at the time that they said, no, we would kick you out. So I called in from Iraq to the Republican debate in 2011, and basically I said that I had to lie about who I was because I didn't want to lose my job. And I got booed on national TV, and I think that it started a big uproar of people to realize they saw an actual human being serving their country and said, wow, that's pretty crazy that people would kick him out. As a soldier, our job is to defend and protect the U.S. Constitution. And just think about that word. Constitution is amazing. That's everything that we stand for. That's everything we're about. It's our Constitution. And I stand here before you today to have you guys all get a little history lesson. I want you to embrace this. I don't want this to sound bitter. I just want it to be empowering to you. I'm going to read the words of the Declaration of Independence. I'm going to give you the actual text. I'm not going to alter it. I'm not going to change it in any way. And know that this was the foundation of our country. This is what we stood for. This is why we created America. This is why we came here. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay, now listen to this part. This is what should be very empowering to you. This is right out of our our Declaration. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it's the right of the people, that's all you, to alter or abolish it. So basically what that's saying is that if we don't all have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it's our responsibility as Americans to stand up for ourselves and demand that. We're all equal, and that's what we need to realize. Don't let people tell you differently. In 1865, we thought people shouldn't be slaves, so we ended that. In 1920, women said, why am I not allowed to vote? That's just not right. So we let women vote. 1948, why cannot black people serve their country the same way that white people do? So we let them. 1954, why can't black and white people be in the same schools and not be segregated? We ended that. 1956, Rosa Parks, somebody was just talking about, refused to move on a bus. I'm a human being. Why do I have to sit in a different place? 1965, black people said, you know what? Women can vote. Why can't we vote? We're American citizens as well. 67, black people got marriage equality. Almost 50 years ago, marriage equality was an issue, and today it still is. 1971, we decided that if you're old enough to serve your country, you're old enough to vote. Women could play in sports in 1972. In 2011, gay people were allowed to serve their country. And even when we were allowed, they tried to take that away from us. They started platforming it. They said, we're going to take that back away. 2013, women are finally allowed to serve in combat roles. They're able, they've always been, but they're allowed in 2013, which will be implemented in 16. And the other thing that's happening in 2013 is that we're out here doing the same thing that all of these people did prior to us for marriage equality. I, as an American, have just as much of a right as anybody else to be married to the person I love, who I did get married to, and I'm going to introduce him in a second here, while I was on leave from Iraq. We actually decided to get married. We went to Washington, D.C., and I just want to thank everybody because you guys are part of this history, and I want you to know that. Someday we'll look back and we'll look at all these rallies and we'll realize that there's no difference. It was human beings in America embracing the Constitution, embracing the Declaration of Independence, and everything that we stand for as a country, and we were doing the same thing that all of our predecessors did. Thank you very much.
So we're here to honor a number of great couples that are committed to each other, and that's amazing, right? But what really is defeating is the fact that these guys are not legally recognized yet in Ohio, and we're here all to fight that. We've got Freedom Ohio, we've got Adam from one of the largest, hi Adam, he's waving at me, one of the largest social groups to really gather people and energize them. Stephen and I are here to support it, Jennifer Terrell, all these great speakers. And they're here to make Ohio one of the next destinations for marriage equality. Right? We want this state to be a state that supports the LGBT community and makes it happen. We want it so that these licenses are recognized and not done in vain. In June, Steve and I are taking 25 couples to Washington, D.C. We're bringing them back to Columbus, and we're going to give them a big weekend of pride. There's 189 years. That's awesome. Thank you. There's 189 years of committed relationships on that bus. There's over a dozen children amongst those families. There's 42 years of military service. These couples are amazing. They're heroes in their own right. They're committed couples that have been together from anywhere between, a year to 31 years. But they all deserve equal rights. And what I want to see is next year, I'm an ordained minister. I married one straight couple. It was the most amazing day of my life. It was great. I would love for us to truck people in from the states that are coming here for this event, from Michigan, from Tennessee, from West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Illinois, all of them that aren't observing marriage equality, and bring it into Columbus and show them that Ohio and Warren and Youngstown and Cleveland, we all support marriage equality and that they can come here and they're recognized. We need to do that. We don't need to be trucking people out or trying to make movements to make it happen. It needs to be happening now. So support these groups, all of them that are here, freedomohio.com, right? .org. cbusoflove.com has all the great stories about the 25 couples. If you want to follow it, we'll be live blogging and introduce you to all the great couples. There's a few here. One of them happens to be running this little event. Shindig. You. Yeah, Jack. So, congratulations to the couples that are out there. You guys are all spectacular. Thank you for your support. And just realize that your stories are what make this happen. It's not a matter of clicking like or clicking share. It's getting out, meeting people, letting them know who you are as a person, and understanding that you are just like everybody else. Somebody who is growing to find the person that they love, grow old with, and end their life with the person that they wanted to be with all the time. So thank you guys very much.